Argentina was a lucky country. First, because the kind of rock we have, and second, because we have an old tradition in geology. I always keep in mind that the first geology chair in the United States is the Silliman chair, the Silliman chair, sorry. The Silliman chair was built in 1854, and it was in the University of Yale. The University of Buenos Aires has the first geological chair, the first chair of geology, in 1865, just 10 years after the University of Yale. That's what means that we have a long tradition in teaching geology in this department, or in this university. And starting in 1865, they were hiring some Italian professor, very famous already in Italy, to come here to teach geology. And this was the beginning of the teaching of geology in Argentina. And at that time, Argentina had a very good economic position. They could pay twice or three times what they received in Italy, and then they could get, the people was receiving a good offer to come here to teach.
You are a professor at University of Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
So how are the new students trained to be field geologists?
Well, when I had for many years a field camp, a field school, a field camp school. And for many years, I went with the students of our university and several universities in North America that came to that field camp. And I had the opportunity to insist thousands of times how important is observation in the field to get familiar with the rocks and the structures and all this kind of thing. And I was trying to tell them how important it is to be in the field and to understand, to read what the rocks say.
But do you perceive that the new generation is spending less time in the field?
Well, everywhere, all around the world, in my time when I used to go to the field, at least it was 1 month or 2 months. Now, go 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, take a plane, rent a car, and go something quickly because everything is expensive. They cannot spend much time. They have a lot of things to do in the cabinet. I would say, if you take the average experience of a geologist in the field, I would say that before it was very easy to have people for many months of field work. And nowadays, people being more than a week, which is just...
So that's not good.
That's not good because I know they had several technological advances that we didn't have at that time, but I guess it's as important as these technological advances we got nowadays to have this field experience, because it changed the perspective of the geologists when they need to solve